Hey everyone, it's Mario Time 1000 and welcome back to a new F1 Diecast unboxing video. It's been a couple weeks since I've made a video, unfortunately. I'm not really able to get F1 Diecast as frequently as I was over the summer because school's coming back up and I gotta start not dying. So there might be some gaps in between videos, sort of like there was last year, and I'm sorry for that, I guess. I really wish I could have finished all the 2018 diecast over the summer, but I'm not forgetting about them. I still plan on collecting every single 2018 diecast. Today, however, we are moving on to this season, the current season. We have the 2019 STR14 driven by Daniil Kvyat. I'm so happy that we have a new Kvyat diecast. As you know, he's my favorite driver. And I thought we were never going to see it again. You know, his 2017 performances were quite shocking, and maybe he deserved to get kicked out, but I'm really happy he came back, and his performances this season, I think, have justified them bringing him back. So let's look at this box, and then we'll get into the diecast. This is the 250th Grand Prix for Toro Rosso. Insane. They've been going on since 2006, and before that they were the Minardi team. So pretty great to see a team lasting this long. Of course, it's a Red Bull team, so it's not as amazing as maybe like an independent Haas making it to 250 races, but it's still really great to see a team, last that long, especially a team that isn't out there winning all the time. It's sort of like a Sauber type of deal where they've been going on forever. But, don't have exactly the performances, but it's great to see still. Here's the car outside of the box. One thing is the box got damaged, which is unfortunate, but the plastic case doesn't really mean anything. Before we get into the car, I'll just show off briefly that Kvyat, of course, is my most favorite F1 driver. The first ever F1 diecast I reviewed on this channel was this car right here, the 2015 RB11. I reviewed this in a video that's just called F1 Diecast Unboxings. I reviewed 3 cars. This was the first one. This is a Barago car, so the detail is not as incredible as, the Mini Champs or the Spark type deals, but, it's still pretty good. The rear wing on it is a little fudged up, but, I've also got the 2016 RB12. I've got the Baragos of this car too, but this is a more accurate one. You see it's dusty though. It's been sitting on a shelf. This is from Bahrain. This is a Daniil Kvyat car. Pretty nice that they made a Daniil Kvyat for 2016, considering he only ran 4 races. And then finally, I've got the 2017 Toro Rosso. I made a video on this car. You can check that out. It is also fairly dusty. A lot of the finish, the sparkling finish, is sort of worn off, which is a little unfortunate, but that's what happens with age. I actually have, thanks to this 2018 video and Daniil Kvyat driving in 2017, I have the last 2 seasons of Toro Rosso cars, so we will be able to look at how the car has evolved over the past few years. But I've delayed enough. Let's get into this car right here, 2019 Toro Rosso STR14. Okay, now that I have the diecast fully out of the box, we will not look at the diecast because something else actually came in this box. You can see we've got another little sign board type of deal. It says Kvyat on the top. Very nice detail. I'd have to look back at the other ones. I got one of these with the Fernando Alonso, so I'll also have to see the detail there. But 250 GP, a very the thing they sort of do at the end of the race during the photo shoot or whatever. Unfortunately, I just dropped it on the ground. So, all right, here it is. Fully out of the box, 250 GP. It's got carbon fiber detail all over it. I have no idea what this is made out of in real life. Just like the Fernando Alonso, this doesn't articulate at the bottom. The Nico Rosberg that I didn't make a video on, It did, but it broke right after I filmed the video, so that was probably a good detail. However, oh, this one actually does stand up, so that's nice. The Fernando Alonso doesn't stand up at all. So glad that that one does. It's pretty cool. But you didn't come for that. You came for the Daniil Kvyat Diecast. I never thought I'd be filming a Daniil Kvyat Diecast ever again. And right off the bat, I'll tell you this. There's a bit of weight to this one. I don't know if it's I assume it's all the same material, and obviously these are bigger cars, but there is substantially more weight in this car than any of the Toro Rossos I have in the back here. So that's interesting. That usually isn't what happens. Usually weight reduction is what happens, even in real life F1. But the details you want to see off the 2019 cars, of course, first and foremost, the new front wing. I was going to do a comparison last, but we might as well see. You can see the new front wings substantially bigger than the old one. That's the 2018 Toro Rosso. We've got Honda, of course. What is that right there? My World. I'm not sure what the logo is next to the My World thing right there. I'm not quite sure what that is. 250 GP on that, right above there. Of course, the Pirelli, we've got the Red Bull logos on the side there. They're almost unviewable because of how thin this front wing is. They just tighten under, they wrap under the car, so it's quite hard to see that that is a Red Bull logo. 26, of course, Daniil Kvyat. Very, very happy to see another Daniil Kvyat car. The barge board details, as always, probably not as good as the mini champs, but I really don't need to say that. That's quite obvious. Red Bull Honda. Nice to see the Honda. I really like the red band with the Honda logo on it. I mentioned that in the 2018 Toro Rosso review that it fits really well. The 2017 Toro Rosso has that red band, but it doesn't say Honda, so the fact that they just already had a spot to put the Honda logo really works out. Got 26 here, the Red Bull Organics Cola type thing. That's been on the Toro Rosso for a couple of years. New to the inside of the rear wing, though. Some funky colors we've got. I can't even read this through the camera. Hold on. So, new type of Red Bull drink thing here. We got lemon, and then we've got ginger. Those are new to the cars. Not new to the car is the tonic water type of thing. I believe that's on the 2018 Toro Rosso. Yeah, it is. It's on the inside of the rear wing. The soda was on both sides in 2018. But they've got different things on all pieces of the rear wing. That's pretty interesting because, I mean, in NASCAR, your car has to be symmetrical. I guess in F1 it doesn't. Maybe, I don't know. Rear wings, of course, have changed for 2019. You can see it's not that much bigger. It's a lot longer. It's a lot wider, I should say. You can see these pieces fold in a lot more. They have to go a lot farther than they do on this one. But the Red Bull logos are the same. Obviously bigger. And the rear diffuser detail, neon yellow sort of thing on the light. So that's nice. It's a nice detail. I don't know if that means anything. Usually the neon yellow type thing up here means it's the second driver, but Kvyat isn't the second driver. I'm not even sure if there is a differentiation with that anymore, though. First and second drivers, I don't know. It's just not as much of a thing that happens these days, because at least for a team like Toro Rosso, the drivers are pretty equal. One thing I do like about this car, though, first of all, the halo seems ginormous compared to last year's halo. Maybe we're just used to it now. But another ginormous piece on the halo is the winglet. It is huge. You can see that. It looks ginormous. First of all, last year, at least for the Sauber, the Spark diecast didn't have the winglet details on the halo, or at least it wasn't a separate piece. So the fact that we have it now is pretty nice. Maybe I should zoom in on that. The Toro Rosso is a pesky car. I should have been zooming the whole time. The Toro Rosso, it's so bright and the light just flashes off of it so much that the focus just messes it all up. But you can see a lot of good detail on this car. This is pretty dang good car. Of course, Toro Rosso, though, Red Bull itself, another unfortunate season, I'd say. Toro Rosso itself have been doing fairly good. Of course, I must mention the podium Kvyat got in Germany. That was awesome to see because I wasn't really an F1 fan back when he got his podiums in 2015 and 16. So the fact that I actually got to see Daniil Kvyat get a podium is something I never thought I would see. Interesting detail back here. You can see how the car folds back in on itself. Very common in the last few F1 diecasts I reviewed. The underside of the Spark cars we will look at next. I hate the floors on these. They're just the at least the material that they use I've just never liked. Also interesting, you can actually see the blue on the underside of the car. They actually painted it blue. The rule in F1 is that you can't see any of the winglets if you were to look at the car from the bottom, and you can't. But usually they just keep all that under stuff blue or black. So that's an interesting choice there. But yeah, great to see Kvyat get a podium. Alex Albon, well, he was the Toro Rosso driver when I started making this video. It took a long break. No, not really. He was the Toro Rosso driver when we started the season, but now he drives for Red Bull, and he got hit out of Q2. I don't remember if there's a particular reason. Interesting that this radio antenna goes all the way to the bottom. But, yeah. So, Toro Rosso's back at it. They've probably ended Pierre Gasly's career. I don't think... Well, Kvyat's came back, so I don't know. Maybe Gasly will come back. Maybe Gasly will go back at Red Bull. Personally, I think Gasly's a pretty good driver. He definitely drove the way he drove the Toro Rosso made it seem like he deserved a Red Bull seat. I think the Red Bull is so geared towards Verstappen that if you don't drive like Verstappen, you can never really perform in that car. But you can see how our Toro Rosso has evolved over the years. It is great to see. This is the only car I think I've gotten 3 seasons of them for. I guess the Red Bull, I will eventually have 3 seasons of Red Bulls once I get the 2018 ones, but 2 of them are Barago, so doesn't really count. But you can see how simple the front wings have gotten. So flat right here. You got all these winglets right here, but none on the front this year. I think the car just might in general be bigger. Kvyat's head looks a lot bigger than Pierre Gasly's head. I don't know if that's a real life thing and they're that detailed. I find it hard to believe that they'd be that detailed about it, but I don't know. Maybe. Just looking over the car again. But yeah, Daniil Kvyat, I was initially worried when he came back because he crashed in China, sort of like his old ways, but he's really had a great season, not even counting the podium in Germany, which you kind of have to count. He already broke his best finish with Toro Rosso in Monaco. Previously, I think his best finish at Toro Rosso was 9th. He got that a couple times, but he finished 7th in Monaco, and then he finished 3rd in Germany. So yeah, but it's been a pretty even sort of fight with Alex Albon. I personally wish Kvyat got to go back to Red Bull, but that probably is never going to happen unless Albon completely throws it at Red Bull. Interesting that they threw Albon in the Red Bull because it's just like his 13th F1 start, and not even a year ago he wasn't even a Red Bull driver. So that just shows the flaws with the Red Bull program. They're throwing in a driver that they're throwing in drivers that they've already let go into their senior team. They've based it so much on Verstappen that it's really, really killed them. And well, you know what's going to kill me are these mirrors. This will be the last detail we look at, but look at these mirrors. Look at the pin, basically the pin holding the mirror to the actual body of the car. That is nuts. Those would break so easily. But first 2019 diecast, and I've got to say it looks really good. It's a Spark. Obviously, I prefer the mini champs, but I'm not gonna. Can't get a mini champs. It's a lot of money. But this is still not bad. Spark have really improved a lot, I gotta say. Halo detail being the easiest show of the improvement. But yeah, very, very nice car to have. I'm so glad that I have a Kvyat diecast, or that another Kvyat diecast has come back. I don't know if he's going to be at Toro Rosso next season. I think most people agree he should probably try to get out of the Red Bull camp. But that Red Bull seat, it's up in the air for next year. I don't know if he's going to get in it. I don't know what's going on there. I don't think Albon's going to stay there because he's just so new to Red Bull that I don't know. But yeah, great to have this diecast. And that's all I really got to say about it. I will return to the 2018 diecast soon enough, but I wanted to get a 2019 diecast, so yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.